Why do you want a beautiful woman? Because you get to be seen with her, right? It's other people's opinions. He's definitely a man with an opinion. So we're going to talk about not so much about his history and his career, which you can look up elsewhere, but mostly the ideas that he espouses and what it says about the culture and the world we live in, the way that people embrace or reject what he's saying. Here's something positive that Andrew Tate has said. He focuses on hard work, entrepreneurship, making your own luck, so to speak. So he said something like, money amplifies. He says, money amplifies who you are. So when you make money, if you are already a hardworking person with a great work ethic, if you're already a driven person, then making money only drives you more and makes you clean up your act and sort of fine tune your operation and improve yourself even more. That's how some people handle making money. Other people, they were always cutting corners in the first place. They always had a cynical sort of, cynical really says it all. People who they always thought life is about luck, and they never really wanted to work very hard, and they never wanted to hold themselves to a very high standard. If some of those people come across money, let's say they earn it by accident, or like would they earn it or they stumble into it somehow. Let's say they bought a crypto coin that ends up being worth $100 million, just for example. They didn't do very much to earn the money that they now have. You sort of see their character being magnified by that. Now they're even more cynical. They're even more sneering and untrusting and just generally corner cutting and cynical. Again, that says it all. So I like that. So there's an example of something Andrew Tate has said that I think is true. Money, when you make a lot of money, it tends to amplify who you are, good or bad. So there's an example of something good said by Andrew Tate. And I think if you watch him and you watch him talk about business and hard work, you might abstract many other positive things that he says. All right. Now, some of the negative things he says. First and foremost, anytime you see somebody being super, super arrogant, he's got all the answers. He's not curious at all. No curiosity, no thinking out loud. His answer is never just, oh, I don't know. I need to think more about that, or let me get back to you. Like you tell me what you think. You never get that from him. So when it comes to Andrew Tate, you get this arrogance. He knows everything. Doesn't mean he's always wrong. Maybe he's right a lot of the time, but be suspicious. Do not put him on a pedestal. Do not think this man is going to lead you to the promised land. I would definitely take what he says with a grain of salt and question everything. He really, really emphasizes status. To him, status, or status as he pronounces it, status is everything. I've heard, and that doesn't mean he's always consistent, by the way. With most people that are out there running their mouth, you get contradictions. So he does talk about relationships and meaning and all of that, but then he says, like, status is everything, right? Status is everything. He says, why do you want a beautiful woman? Because you get to be seen with her, right? It's other people's opinions. Why do you want a great car, an expensive car? You don't care about a car. It's that it's your status. You get to be seen in it. And I mean, God, is that wrong? Boy, are those two examples bad. In my opinion, definitely a lot of you would probably agree. First of all, the company and the touch of a beautiful woman is a valuable thing to you, right? Whether or not anyone else sees you, I think, is secondary at best. Now, of course, some people do want to be seen. Maybe a lot of people want that kind of secondhanded quote value. But to say that the only reason anybody wants a beautiful woman in his life is status, I think is revealing. So again, to act like it's all about other people's opinions, it's secondhanded, and I don't think that's how all people are. I don't think it's how any people needed to be. Maybe some people are that way, and why people are secondhanded, this is the type of perspective you'll get often on this channel and on other objectivist sort of think tanks. It's philosophy. It's the role of philosophy. The ethics of altruism, the ethics that is prevalent through history and today, that says the moral ideal is to sacrifice. The moral ideal is to put others above yourself. And if it's true that other people have primacy, then their opinion really matters. Their opinion of you is everything. So your subconscious, I would offer, is doing these calculations and you don't even realize. So why do I care so much what these other people think? Well, your moral purpose in life, because of the code you've accepted, says that these people are above you. you can see why philosophy matters. Now, Andrew Tate is, like most people, not a career philosopher and doesn't even realize how philosophy has shaped his worldview. He talks about The Matrix. To him, he really loves that movie. I got to tell you, sometimes I wonder if the people who made the Matrix movie sometimes look at the internet and just kind of wonder what they've done. Like, what have I created? You know, like, did the captain of the Titanic cry? I've asked. What is with the Matrix? And these people, they love the Matrix. So what does the Matrix basically say? Everything you think you know isn't really true, but you know, the actual truth you can find out if you take the red pill. And Andrew Tate loves being, quote, red pilled. And he says, in this Matrix, they quote unquote, they've turned us against each other, right? Men versus women, blacks versus whites, Democrats versus Republicans. They're turning us against each other so that we can fight amongst ourselves and they can remain in power. And first of all, is that what they are doing, Andrew? Are they turning men against women and vice versa? Is that what, don't you hate what they are doing? Give me a break, first of all. But also, this perspective of like that there's this elite out there, which Andrew Tate, by the way, he desperately wants to be a part of. He wants to be the one who has power over others. He wants to be the one who people are afraid to challenge. He wants to be this puppet master. It's evident by the things that he says and his behavior. But this whole worldview, it drops the context of the fact that every one of us human beings with a functioning brain has an intellect, is able to think independently, is able to look at the world first-handedly, make choices, make decisions, choose values, and follow a certain philosophical course. And this is why philosophy has such enormous consequences. So I don't think Tate even realizes the way he's been manipulated or the way he's been influenced by philosophers through the ages. The fact that he thinks we live in a matrix is itself the consequence of philosophy. The fact that on one hand, he talks about how the socialists are everywhere and they're going to destroy us and they're manipulating us. On the other hand, he has this very Marxist influenced worldview where like everyone's part of a group and the groups are all at each other's throats and we can't we can't possibly see eye to eye. I think he doesn't quite realize the way that philosophy has shaped him and shaped the world around us. Also, the fact that he's kind of like the Gail Wynand. If you read The Fountainhead, he sort of has Gail Wynand will definitely come to mind if you go down an Andrew Tate rabbit hole and consume a lot of his content. But I don't know if he has any of Gail Wynand's redeeming qualities that I'm sort of rhetorically asking with the implication that he probably doesn't, but maybe a little bit. I mean, maybe he does have some redeeming qualities. I obviously don't know him all that well.